Indianapolis, the Baylor men's basketball rebuilding project began nearly 2 decades ago, when coach Scott Drew took over a Bear program in shambles. Drew's climb here, to such a dominant performance in a Final Four matchup against Houston, was gradual and seemingly on the cusp of coming to fruition for years. Losing seasons turned into NCAA tournament appearances. Those became Elite Eight berths, obvious markers of the program's growth. This postseason, the Bears climbed to the summit. They reached the Final Four for the first time since 1950. And when they finally had a chance to compete on that stage Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium, they delivered a showcase, proving their worthiness and potential as a No. 1 seed in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. They dismantled No. 2 seed Houston, 78-59, and asserted their will from the start to earn a spot in Monday's national title game. Each time point guard Jared Butler nailed a three-pointer, and at the end of every suffocating defensive possession, Baylor reinforced that its team stood on a tier above the Cougars. The championship game will cap a strange season played during a pandemic and mark the end of the tournament confined to one location and inside 6 sparsely filled Indiana arenas. But after an upset-ridden first weekend of the tournament, Baylor's win in this semifinal is the first piece to a marquee title game matchup between the Bears and No. 1 overall seed Gonzaga, if the Bulldogs can avoid an upset against 11th-seeded UCLA. Gonzaga and Baylor have been considered the nation's top teams all year. And in their 5th win of the tournament, the Bears delivered a well-rounded performance, with sharp shooting from three-point range and the same solid defense that has stymied opponents throughout the tournament. Just before the two teams retreated to the locker rooms for halftime, Baylor guard Davion Mitchell hit a three-pointer at the buzzer, a fitting end to the team's first-half offensive show. The Bears made 8 shots from deep during the opening 20 minutes, helping them climb far ahead to ensure the Cougars could never threaten. Houston, meanwhile, only had one player with more than 2 points at the break, and the Cougars' 25-point deficit at halftime was the 4th largest in national semifinal history. Butler, the Bears' point guard and leading scorer, fueled his team's early surge by hitting 4 of 5 three-pointers in the first half on his way to a 17-point performance. Butler has been pegged as one of the best point guards in the country, but through the previous 4 tournament games, he averaged just 13 points. Butler entered the tournament shooting 42.9% from 3, but he slumped to just 25% during tournament games before the Final Four. Butler re-emerged as Baylor's offensive leader and powered the Bears all evening. Mitchell, recently named the National Defensive Player of the Year, added 12 points with 11 assists.